You know, one of the things that I noticed that a lot of people, when it comes to family, they want to have a good relationship with their family members or with certain people in their life, right? But for that to happen, you have to be willing to, when problems arise, be sympathetic. Learn to sympathize with what hurts the other person. Because I see this way too much where people say they want to victimize themselves, right? And they want to portray the other person to be a bad individual. But the person who's the bad individual, right, is always the one that's dealing with boundaries. And it's like, that's what people don't understand. And I feel like when it comes to like family members and stuff like that, they will stop talking for straight up years. And it all has to do with the people who make themselves seem like a victim. They're the ones who are not sympathetic. This is why when I talk to people about things that I go through in my life, I'm not trying to gain no sympathy from anybody. And people will take your story and make it seem like you're telling your truth, like you're looking for sympathy. And it has absolutely nothing to do with you looking for sympathy. It has everything to do with you being a person who is stronger and more mightier, because you're in not only God's word, but you're in his promise, you're in his will. So it's okay for the person or any person, because that's their right, to talk about their life and their experiences, because their experiences is literally what built them. It's what made them who they are. And it's what makes them carry boundaries. And I feel like in every family, in every church hurt situation, in every marriage, you always gonna have those different type of individuals. Those that have been through things and draw the line when it comes to boundaries, and those who never really actually want to fix the problem and want to make themselves look like a victim, right, of the other person who's actually really functional. Because the victim always wants to live in dysfunction. That's why they have no sympathy towards the other person who's right, but yet they blame them for everything. And the one who's really trying, the one who they blaming is actually the one who's trying to help them. So this is why the people who struggle, who've been hurt before, this is why those type of individuals as myself, we're so caring and we're really nice to people. And sometimes people mistake our kindness for weakness, and then they think they got us, in their pocket. And so it's like, when they see people like us come through and they see us pull the plug and they really see how we could have been a blessing to them. Sometimes Satan does that and puts them in a situation where they realize like, dag, I done messed up. Because some people always think like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. Whether you're dealing with a wife, a husband, a son, a daughter, a mother-in-law, father-in-law, your own parents. And at the end of the day, when you love people, you forgive. And when you love people, you try to grow and move past situations. And I feel like dysfunctional people who are toxic are the ones who always spread lies and rumors about the people that love them and actually been there for them. And the reason why they do that is because they need to, Satan has put them in a position where they now have to, look at their life and they try to fit in. And the only way they can fit in is by, gossiping, is by murmuring. It's not because, people nowadays, they don't like it when you have everything handed to you. People don't like it when you're blessed. So there's a saying that says misery loves company. I never understood. I mean, I knew that was always a strong statement. But like in this season, I'm realizing that statement is stronger than ever. Because it's like now I'm in a place where you hear that statement, right? Misery loves company. Now I know that people are like that in real life. Like they always want to see you doing good, but they never ever want to see you doing better than them. So people will literally befriend you to hurt you and to hundirte. It's like a word in Spanish, to sink you, okay, to put you under. And people nowadays, when it comes to family, church, or whatever, a lot of people don't have discernment. A lot of people don't really have real ones in their corner that really have their best interests. And it's so sad that a lot of people are not mentally strong, especially today's youth. They're not mentally strong. They don't have the capacity. Even though they think they have the capacity, they say they do. You can see by their fruits and by the things that they have, because a lot of these young kids, they'll be like, oh yeah, I got the ability to do this, I'm grown, right? And it's like, no, you're grown, and you could be grown in age, but not grown in maturity, not grown in your mental, capacity, because it's your mental capacity that's gonna show that you mature, because you're gonna be able to achieve, you're gonna be able to accomplish. So dysfunctional people, one of the things that I noticed, 20 years in to this game, when it comes to seeing all the drama and the family and all that stuff that I've seen, people that are into drama, people that are into that he say, she say stuff, people that always want to victimize themselves and crap talk everybody else, 20 years plus later, them people be in the same boat. And I say this, and I hope, it is my desire that a lot of people who do watch this video will gain some godly wisdom and be like, you know what, she's right. I don't want to be one of those people 20 years from now looking back at my life saying, damn, what the hell did I do with my life? Like, you want to be in a good relationship, go into a good place, a good environment where you can find good people. You're not going to find treasure in the trash, even though sometimes people do throw out treasures that they don't appreciate because somebody's treasure, right? Trash could be somebody else's treasure, but you get you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a good job, you want to surround yourself with good people. You want to, you don't want to be, if you want to move forward, you want to surround yourself with people that are a reflection of who you are and where you are going. And if the people that you're surrounded with are not a reflection of where you're going, then guess what? The people that you surrounding yourself with, that's literally what you're going to look like, maybe possibly 20 years from now, because again, negative people always stay in the same place. They never grow. They never they don't even outgrow themselves. Like, they go nowhere. So a lot of things to think about. I said a lot.